It's time for the fastest division of the night in the NASCAR Wheel and All-American Series. These are Jackaroot's Dream, the SK Modifieds. They headed to turn number 3 and off turn number 4. Starter looks the field over. We are about ready to go to green. Men in the front row. These are two of the best, long overdue for a victory. Dan Avery and Glenn Reen. They get the double greens in the air, and Avery leads the parade down to turn 1.
And Avery scorches his way into the lead, making an early move to try to upset things in third. That is Chris Matthews in car number 9. And look at Kurt Brainerd on the outside in car number 96 as he is able to romp his way into the top 3.
Brainerd looking very quick tonight. He goes quickly into the top 3 looking for that podium finish. Matthews has to settle further back. Look at Bowles. He's now contending further back in the field. We've got a jingle. No harm done here, no foul. They work their way down into turn number 3. Keep your eyes on Bowles as he works over Morgillo. As they come off the turn, Kid Rock is glued to the back bumper of Bowles. That is currently the battle for the 7th, 8th, and 9th position here.
What a move by Bowles to get underneath Morgillo. Rocco does the same thing. So does Ryan Preece in car number 40. So Morgillo is stuck in the twilight zone on the outside, and opening up a big lead is Dan Avery.
Meanwhile, further back in the field, Ted Christopher still working around Morgillo as he continues to thunder his way down beneath Morgillo's car down the backstretch. Out in front, Dan Avery. He's been talking about a victory. He's been so close. Will tonight be the night? Look at Bowles. He is being pushed by Keith Rocco into the 4th spot. That's a gentle push, we might add. And here comes Ryan Preece. Preece and Rocco challenging Bowles deep into turn number 3. Bonsai move to the bottom. Here comes Keith Rocco. With him comes Preece. On the gas hard. There's the battle. They're in the top 5.
Boy, both Rocco and Preece look like soda coming out of a shaken can. Here comes Preece as he is able to squeeze underneath the 76 of Bowles. It's been a charmed life so far for Dan Avery at the front, but two guys who are coming on strongly. Rocco running in the 4th position, and in 5th is Ryan Preece.
A good battle among those cars currently on the racetrack. Now Keith Rocco looks to contend with Brainerd. He reels him in. Smooch to the bumper. No love there. Bottom shot move. 3rd position goes to the 88. Here comes the 40, the tail that wags a dog. Preece is now making his presence known. Speaking of the Bulldog, he's down underneath Bowles, and Bowles slammed the door rather unpolitely on him. Woody Pitcat is a factor. Christopher is also a factor. Those are cars among the top 10.
Although Rocco looks like the quickest blip on the radar screen, the fastest lap so far has been turned in by Ryan Preece. So both those cars are lightning bolts. Trying to stay with them are guys, the old pros like Brainerd and Bowles, Eric Burt, Woody Pitcat. Ted Christopher starting to show some life. He is currently in 9th place.
Meanwhile, Christopher still starting to work over Pitcat. Pitcat refuses to die, and so doesn't the Bulldog, Eric Burt. Meanwhile, here comes Keith Rocco down to the inside of Glenn Reen, deep into turn number 3. Going, gone. Rocco takes over the 3rd spot. Every move that Rocco makes, a counter move is put into play by Ryan Preece. If it works for one, will it work for the other? Yes. He now takes over 3rd.
So the two fastest bullets in the chamber, Rocco and Preece. Can they corral the 10 of Avery? Meanwhile, the sparks are flying deeper in the pack. The best battle, Woody Pitcat trying to tap dance on the outside of Kurt Brainerd, and he does it as he is able to get by on the outside. Christopher also aims his car to the outside terrain of the track. Let's see if he can get by Brainerd.
Brainerd, who was so strong in the early laps of the event. 11 laps are up on the board. Michael Bennett pulls out of the event with car number 18. Bad luck continues there. Here comes Christopher on the move. He goes to the outside. Brainerd tries to shake him off. Can't do it. Down the backstretch they go. Rocco up to 2nd. Still there with him is Ryan Preece. Reen still in the 4th spot. Dan Avery not slowing a bit. Last time by, Avery turned to 19.353. Keith Rocco turned to 19.311. And Ryan Preece, the quickest car on the racetrack, 19.297. So that's how close the times are as we continue to watch the front and mid-pack of cars. Thundering off turn number 4, Preece all over the back bumper of the number 88 car. He looks to wind it up tight, Matt. That's the battle for second.
So let's see if he can put that quickness to use. Looking for an opening against Rocco. Can't find one. And he settles back into third. We have a good battle a little deeper between Tommy Bowles, who is 5th, and he is getting a contest from Eric Burt. Pitcat is right there, and Christopher. So that is a great 4-car battle. Maybe a little massage like he's rubbing a magic lamp by Burt, and the yellow comes out. Trouble in turn 4.
It is car number 05 that will bring out the caution, and that's Adam Scavora out of Brimfield, who spins to the inside of turn number 4. Wow, catch your breath. A little sigh of relief here,
That
Matt.
was a fast pace, wasn't it?
It sure was for 15 circuits. Ladies and gentlemen, they head off turn number 4. Get ready. It is green, and it is a pretty much picture-perfect start to the bottom of turn number 1. Avery's commanding lead is still, well, not as commanding, but it's still good. Down the backstretch by a chrome horn. Meanwhile, deep into turn number 3, Avery still the star of the show. Drifts up the racetrack. They're almost 3 wide as they come to the line.
But Avery leads him across. In his hip pocket is Keith Rocco. Hanging out like gum on the bottom of his shoe is Preece. He is being surrounded by the enemy. Throw Reed in there. And Dan Avery right now is handling all comers.
See, Dan Avery isn't getting rattled. You pointed it out. Up the hill goes Rocco. Here comes Preece. Once Rocco made the bid for the outside, he was committed. Will he be able to pull it off? Avery looking like the point of a bow as they head down to the turn number 3. Here comes Keith Rocco. Remember, he likes the bottom in 3, but he's going to the outside, Matt. They come off turn number 4. Back to the line they come. Rim riding. They work their way back off turn number 4. Leader is still Avery.
The ferocious 3-car battle continues. Now Preece might have the edge against Rocco. Rocco says no way. He gets a little life on the outside as they swoop into turn number 4. Avery still has the lead. Here comes Reese on the bottom, trying to move it to second, and he doesn't.
Now Preece finds an opening. It's short-lived. All of a sudden, Avery slams the door. They head off turn number 2 and down the backstretch. This time, when they come to the line, the first half of the event is now history. Round number 2, ding the bell. It's fighting time off turn number 4, and nobody is about to throw the last punch till we get to lap 40.
Avery still is holding off the kids. The leader in the points race, Ryan Preece, now has established himself in this second. Here comes Rocco going down low, creating his own lane on the bottom, pulling even with Preece as they zip off the quarter. It is Rocco back into second.
Rocco just doesn't give up. He loves to make that bottom shot move work in turn number 3. Leader is still Avery. Here comes Rocco working over Preece. Look a little further back. Bowles has got a good battle with Pitcat. Meanwhile, up the hill, Avery guards the spot. To the line they come. Now it is Rocco who's got to make a bid for it. Preece just doesn't want to give up in the outside lane, Matt, off turn 2.
And while Preece and Rocco are battling each other, maybe Avery will get a little relief, but it doesn't appear that way because making a beeline on the outside is Preece. On the inside, like he was attached to a zip line, is Keith Rocco, and Avery continues to dictate the pace. Amazingly, here comes Rocco down low. He might have some room.
To the bottom of turn number 3. There's the patented move that Keith Rocco is famous for. Bottom shot, and the tail that wags the dog becomes Ryan Preece. Avery, in a blink of an eye, moves from first back to third. Preece is not giving up yet. Still the fastest car on the racetrack.
Pitcat goes around turn 2.
Oh, to the bottom of turn number 2. Will he get it fired back up, or will we go to yellow? 24 laps are up on the board. Pitcat stuck on the bottom of the racetrack. Caution is out.
Parker also getting back up to speed, but the car stuck in the grass is Woody Pitcat in car number 89. And we said how quickly the winds of auto racing can shift. Last week, Pitcat was a winner. This week, he is on John Deere country with 15 laps to go, only the second caution flag. And what a race this has been. You have Keith Rocco in car number 88. Finally, wore out Dan Avery. Now, getting an advantage, according to our scoreboard, might be Preece, because he will be in third on this restart. And we will check out our replay up here in the booth to see if Ben can diagnose what happened to Woody Pitcat.
Well, interestingly enough, all of our attention was in the front row where we saw those three cars contending. But let's take a look at it. Pitcat goes to the outside of Ted Christopher. Bottom of turn number 1. Todd Owen is right behind him. And there might have been some contact, hard to tell from that angle. 24 laps and counting. Here's Matt Buckler with the call.
So Kid Rock trying to establish himself on this restart as he gets a jump like a Jonathan Poppelbaum fastball, takes over the lead again, and Preece is able to get by Avery. Now Reed is trying to get by Avery.
Reed did a nice job of going from the high line to the inside lane. Here comes the Bulldog, Eric Burt, looking as strong as he did before that car got damaged a couple of weeks back. He'll go to the outside, hammer time down. He'll pressure Reed. Meanwhile, Preece runs in the tire tracks of Keith Rocco. Down the backstretch, further back in the field, Nicole Margillo is starting to show some muscle, and here comes Woody Pitcat again. Reed battles with the Bulldog off turn 4.
Also check out the battle between Tommy Bowles and Ted Christopher. That is a fight for 6, and Christopher having a tough time trying to get under the Bowles car at the front. Ryan Preece taking a shot at the lead, and at Rocco, contact, a little Woody Woodpecker action on the back bumper, and Rocco survived it.
That's not all. There's another great battle going on, and it's between Ted Christopher and Tommy Bowles. Bowles got a new engine in that race car a couple of weeks back, and it has made all the difference in the world. Christopher winds it up tight, can't make the move, give Bowles a shot that would jar the filling in anyone's teeth as they come off turn number 4. Meanwhile, also coming on again strong is Jervis with a 22 and Todd Owen with car number 90.
He had a new car at the start of the season, Michael Jervis, switching to a CD car from a Troyer car. It took him half the season to figure out what was wrong with it, but he has been one of the fastest guys in the field over the past month. But the two fastest right now, Keith Rocco, Ryan Preece, putting on another memorable battle here in the SK Modifieds.
Trouble now. We've got the Burt machine and Bowles coming together. A mad scramble here, but two cars tangled beneath the TechNet Professionals in Auto Service. You'll find it at CarQuest, and Bowles was able to drive away.
Pitcat also spun on a safety road coming off turn number 4. So there was calamity all over the racetrack.
There sure was. His car number 54.
Catastrophe. It sounds like an operation.
As Eric Burt, the Bulldog, continues to have no luck at all, a victim of circumstances. He tries to come back behind the wall. Heavy damage done to the left front of car number 54. So Burt's bad luck once again continues. Meanwhile, Bowles, the story can be said about him as well. And we'll take a look at an instant replay of this situation. We're looking at it. We pick it up going into turn number 1. And right there we see that Bowles all of a sudden got a little bit loose. Burt was in the wrong place at the wrong time. They head off turn number 4. Battle is in row number 1. These are two of the fiercest competitors in our SK division. Green, green, green. Powerhouse move to the bottom of turn number 1. Keith Rocco, the leader of the pack. Will he be able to hold on? Down the backstretch. Here comes Ryan Preece. Big steam, that's horsepower. Deep into turn number 3. Keith Rocco, the leader of the field. Off turn number 4, Matt, it's still Rocco at the line.
In 2011, nobody has done better on the outside groove than Ryan Preece. He is out there working against Rocco, and Rocco is able to clear car number 40. We have a barn burner for third. Here comes Preece down low, and he was shut off. Veto power by Keith Rocco.
Good as they come back to the line, and what a good battle it is. Meanwhile, look at Glenn Reen working over Dan Avery for that third spot. Preece changes his strategy, tries to make the move to the bottom. It doesn't happen this time, as now Avery still waiting for the curtain call. He's in the third spot. Rocco drifts up the track just a bit, leaves the door open, slams it shut as they come to the line.
Kurt Lenahan having a good run. He is in 7th behind the 22 of Jervis, but the action is heating up at the front again. Let's see what Ryan Preece will do. Will it be some lightning as they enter turn number 4? Rocco still has the field covered in car number 88. In third is Avery, and refusing to fade away is Glenn Reed.
Final 7 determines who's the best of the night in this one. Here comes Preece. Different strategy. Bold move to the inside. Ryan Preece to the bottom. New leader emerges. Ryan Preece. Crisscross move. Here comes Kid Rock to the bottom.
So Preece has taken over the top spot. Trying to answer back is Keith Rocco. He is on fire, but too much speed, and we have a yellow.
Matthews is in trouble underneath the CarQuest Motorsports sign, the super clean sign in turn number 3, and that is bringing out a caution on lap number 34. So just as things were getting juicy in a bid for the lead, they're evenly matched. They head off in rows of 2, pair it off as they are about to go green. Green is out, textbook start, and Preece with a slight advantage to the bottom of turn number 1. Keith Rocco drifts up the hill. Here comes Avery. He isn't about to be left out. Glenn Reed goes to the outside. Christopher is still there. Preece is the leader of the pack as they head off turn 4.
But Rocco has been able to get down low at the bottom. Races on for the final 5 laps. Avery holding off Reed for the number 4 spot. Here comes Christopher. Christopher moves into the top 4, but the spotlight is on Preece and Rocco. Here comes Rocco down low. Preece has the upper hand as they exit the corner.
Meanwhile, they come back to the line, and Ryan Preece knows that move that Keith Rocco is famous for. If he can keep that car low enough, it will not be a move that Rocco can make to take over the lead. 36 laps up on the board. Meanwhile, Preece pulls it right down on the lower apron. Here comes Keith Rocco. Sees a little daylight. He needs more than daylight. He needs a lot of light if he's going to get by.
The rivalry heating up one more time. Rocco tried to stretch his way down low. Preece holds him off. Avery in third. Christopher and Reed round out the top 5. Here comes that man again, Keith Rocco, looking for some operating room down low, down to 2 laps to go. Beating him into turn number 2 is Ryan Preece. What will Rocco do? His favorite spot of the track is coming up, and here comes Kid Rock.
Down to the bottom of turn 3. He sees a little daylight. They touch. They come off turn number 4. The white flag is out. Preece starts to string it out just a bit. Final time through turn number 1. Preece to the advantage there. Off turn number 2. Preece is still on top. Here comes Kid Rock. Last turn. We've got a yellow. Car number 4 has spun up on turn number 4 to the top side of the racetrack. And you know what that means, Matt?
The 3 most exciting words in motorsports, and I think it's especially true when you have Preece and Rocco in the front row. Those 3 most exciting words: green, white, checker, to determine the winner in tonight's 40-lap feature.
Get ready. It's showtime. SK Modified Style, green, white, checker, about to be put to the test. They're racing down to turn 1.
Great jump by Rocco on the outside. Will it pay off? Trouble in the front straightaway. Looks like Morgillo is in the grass. We'll see if she can get that car fired up. Ryan Preece on the bottom. Here comes Avery. 3 cars to battle for the lead.
They come off turn number 4. Nicole Morgillo stuck to the inside of the racetrack. Yellow flag comes out, and the white will not be shown because Nicole Morgillo's car is stranded, and you can see the red light. She's got a left rear flat tire in the car. She could not get it moving, even though she was trying desperately to do so. Let's see what's going to happen now. There's the pace car diving to the center of the infield. Get ready. Deja vu. Will it be as good of a start as last time? What will be the answer? Off turn number 4, green is out, and they are racing to the bottom of turn number 1.
Rocco does it again. Great start on the outside. Matching it. And trouble as John Foster went airborne over the Woody Pitcat car.
The Jervis machine is the 3rd car involved in the melee, and it appears that even though the Jervis is able to pull away, the only car that's set stranded is the number 25 car for Sean Foster. But Woody Pitcat's car heading down on pit road.
I think Woody got some damage in that deal. As Foster climbed over him, Foster looking like a star on top of a Christmas tree. And trouble for Woody Pitcat as he hobbles onto pit road.
Down in pit road, Cal Shannonette is there. Let's go to him and see what happened to the Pitcat race car.
Well, guys, down here on pit road, the Woody Pitcat machine looks like it's been sheared. Body panels are absolutely missing from this automobile. The roof is gone. There appears to be no damage to the frame, so everything looks to be intact. It's just going to be something, I guess, as cosmetic as you would be able to call it. Right now, they're taking the Zeus strips off of the automobile, and they're actually going to try and take off these body panels. I think Woody's almost going to run this car with absolutely no body panels on it. They're going to try and take off the hood, some of the A-frame, some of the even the back pieces, and they're going to try and take it off. As Matt Gallo now comes down pit road, as low as Nicole Morgillo, they might even be taking the left rear quarter panel off right now, as they have the roof, and they might be reattaching that right now.
Well, it appears that the roof, it's a nice night for a convertible because it's warm, but Woody Pitcat did not want a convertible for tonight's event. So they're now trying to literally duct tape that roof and put it back onto the race car. And we're going to take a look at the replay of this and see if we can figure this one out. Wow, everybody just got too close, and before you know it, we saw Sean Foster literally airborne.
He might got to win over two cars.
Yes,
Jervis
there's a possibility of that happening. And Woody Pitcat does make it back out. And if you know Woody Pitcat, his temper is up. And when his temper is up, he usually doesn't give up. And Jervis makes it back out again, too, as well. Let's see what's going to happen as we're about ready to go back to green. And there is the green.
And there is Rocco again, very smooth on the outside. They are Velcroed together coming out of turn number 2. Slight advantage to Ryan Preece.
Down the backstretch, Preece with the inside lane. Here comes Keith Rocco. Isn't giving up. Dogfight battle. White flag is out. Preece has it at the line.
1 to go. Preece into turn number 1. Rocco tough on the outside. They lightning bolt their way down the backstretch. Rocco making a move on the outside. They go into turn number 3 together. They go into turn 4. Preece pulls away.
Here comes Rocco. Slingshot move to the bottom. Off turn number 4. It is Preece to take down the impressive victory. What a finish. Finishing in the runner-up spot is Keith Rocco. Dan Avery, great run to finish among the top 3 cars. Teddy Christopher for 4th, and Kurt Lanahan, great run for him to finish in the top 5.
And a great comeback for Donnie Travel to finish 6th. Then it was Todd Owen in 7th, Glenn Reen 8th, Heather DeRocher, one of her best runs of the season, to finish 9th, and Brian Sullivan in 10th.
In the 11th spot is Kurt Brainerd, John Montesano to finish in 12th, Kirk Zervis 13th, Chris Matthews in 14th, and Woody Pitcat to finish in 15th.
Then in 16th, we had Matt Gallo. In 17th was Bob Parker. Michael Jervis, who ran in the top 6 for most of the race, has to settle for an 18th place finish. Nicole Morgillo, 19th. Michael King, 20th. Sean Foster, 21st. Adam Scavera in 22nd. And the Bulldog, Eric Burnt, was the first car out of the race. He finishes 23rd. You know, it was sloppy for the first 2 green-white checkers, but it was worth the wait because another classic showdown between, I think, one of the up-and-coming rivalries at Stafford Motor Speedway. And tonight it was Ryan Preece. Let's go down to CarQuest Victory Lane, where Cal Shannonette is standing by with our winner.
Preece Laning has done it. He's just climbing out of the automobile in one of the most unorthodox ways. How you doing, Ryan? Ryan, one of the best finishes yet we've probably seen at Stafford Motor Speedway in the SK Modifieds. How did you hold off Kid Rock?
You know, I made a mistake early on this season, not protecting the bottom on them restarts, and I think, you know, I learned from my mistake, and you know, that's just one thing that, you know, I have fortunate crew guys that, you know, they tell you to learn from your mistakes, and I think I definitely did, and I have so many people I got to thank. I mean, this feels good, you know, just to get this win number 5. It felt really good. Sullivan and Sons. American Lamp Recycling, everybody should go check it out for your recycling needs. JG Pool and Drywall for this great pet of power. Magnus Racing Trannies, because, you know, I always forget him. Sunoco Race Fuel. Oh, man, I'm just so happy right now. What up?
Ryan Preece taking down win number 5 in the SK Modifieds. Second place finisher, Kid Rock. Keith Rocco having to make the charge from the outside. Keith, the outside, most importantly, not one of your favorite places. Turn 3 with the hole shot is your favorite. How hard was it to get down there for make that move?
Yeah, you know, we made that move a lot tonight, just like we always do, and it stuck pretty well. So, you know, just a little bit off on the car, but definitely a good run and a good way to come back.
Keith, any hopes for tonight in the MRS race?
Yeah, we got a good starting spot and a good car, and we'll see where we are at the end.
Most importantly, who would you like to thank?
Johnny Main Rufano, D&G Paving, Wheelers Auto, Troy Race Cars, Wilton Painting, Susan L. Tracy, LLC, and just his whole team. They're awesome.
All right, an excellent run for Kid Rock. Keith Rocco, he comes home in second place. Third place finisher, Dan Avery. We're still waiting on for him to come up here as we're searching around just a bit. Dan Avery, a former driver of the Wheeling Modified Tour. He's actually taking a chance right now to take some photos. And now here he is coming in. Dan Avery, I seen you a couple of years ago when you first came in here at the Stafford Motor Speedway. When you first came back, it was a great interview. You still got the old fire suit. It's looking good. It's feeling good. The car looked amazing tonight. You hold off the kids. Did you have enough to hold them off?
Well, I tell you, I had a good car tonight. I got to thank TC, my car owner. He's done everything. He's pulled out all the stops to give me the best equipment, and he's been a great friend. And also got to thank my family for standing behind me and my wife for putting up for all my complaining and everything like that. I got a great crew that works real hard. We worked real hard on this car, and we're real proud of it. But these kids are tough, but we're getting really close. Tonight could have been a night, but we're just a little off. We're getting closer, though, all the time.
Now, Dan, you used to help out Ted Christopher in his early heydays. Now he's helping you, and you're glad you've picked him to help out.
Absolutely, yeah. He's been a great friend, and I helped him out early in his career, and now he's helping me out.
All right, a very good race car driver will finish third here in the SK Modifieds.